Hereditary is personally one of my favorite horror films.
Yeah, I love Hereditary.
In the entire world.
I'm crazy. I fall asleep to watching Hereditary.
Stop.
No, I literally I'll play it just to fall asleep.
What?
I have I like horror a lot. Or even murder mystery podcasts. I'll play it while I fall asleep.
That makes more sense. Let's get back to you falling asleep to Hereditary, dude. Because at least podcasts, there's no visual. It's just people talking about scary shit. Sure, words at the end of the day. But once I'm hearing the banging of homegirl's head up against the attic door, are you serious?
I probably fell asleep by that point though. Not that it's a bad, not because it's a bad movie. I would watch it to see my favorite scenes, and then I would just fall asleep.
Because I imagine you kind of under the covers and be like, "Ooh, it's my favorite part," and it's her sawing her head off, and you're like, I'm glad I woke up for that.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Hell yeah, dude. Welcome to the podcast.
Man, excited to be here.
Thank you for coming through all the way from South City.
Yep. Little road trip.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Hour 20 drive.
Hour 20 drive.
Yeah.
I think it might just because of traffic though.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it was an hour 10 don't really make a difference. But
But still, I think I'm just flattered because people are willing to drive through traffic just to come through to the studio and really talk about life and everything and whatnot. And you're really talented, man.
Man, I appreciate you.
I was able to peep a lot of your stuff in preparation for this podcast, and you really got it going, dude.
Oh man, I appreciate you.
So shout out to you. Welcome to the podcast, Cedric Crisologo. Oh, dude, you're gonna have to say it again for me.
Crisologo, but you can say Crisologo if you like.
Crisologo. Yeah, dude, that's the spicier version. Yeah, man, you've been doing this for a minute. I know that you started off because you're a big fan of basketball, and so you were hey, I just want to make some basketball clips, and then it just kind of snowballed into what it is now.
Yeah, wow, you did do your research for sure. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
It's everyone's origin story is important to me, and I don't ever want to be the type of guy. How many times have you had to answer the question? So how did you get into it?
A good amount of times. Yeah,
and it's almost rehearsed, right?
Yeah.
It is an interesting origin story to want to just clip up NBA highlights.
Yeah.
And now you've directed music videos for some of pretty legendary folks here in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm honored, and sometimes things just fall into your lap. Definitely with hard work. But I started off doing I actually started in a video art class in high school, and I kind of fell in love with the editing process.
Yeah.
And then I just always loved basketball, and I always wanted to just merge the two together. So I started off just making little highlight clips on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2011, back in the day. So
wow.
And I just didn't know what I wanted to do with life at that time. It was senior year of high school. And I was fuck it, I'm just kind of cussing this podcast.
Yeah, you could say anything you want.
But I was fuck it, I'm just going to go to SS State and do cinema as my degree, not knowing really where that would take me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of my origin story.
Dude, that's admirable. It's very common for people at the age of 17 at the end of high school to not know what they want to do.
For sure.
I definitely didn't know what I wanted to do, so I did the cheap, safe thing of going to a community college and then figuring it out. And then I watched Breaking Bad, and now I'm in biochemistry.
Maybe I should have took that route, because it definitely was a leap of faith. I didn't know much about film to begin with, going into film school. So it was a process, just to learn as I go. But yeah.
But I think that's another admirable thing, is that you kind of just went in and you hit the ground running. You know, there's a lot of people, I think it's truly not okay. It's not true that you have to love something ever since you were a wee little lad to be able to be great at it later on.
Yeah, that's true.
I had met Gabe Bondoc when I was 15 or 16 at the Ceremony Mall. Super
classic,
super
iconic
Filipino.
Mall. Yeah.
If you want to meet a Filipino YouTuber, just hang around Ceremony. You'll run into them. But yeah, he said that he didn't even start singing until he was 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, what? I've been singing since I was 2 years old, and he's just amazing. But, dude, yeah, shout out to you. Not only have you really conquered the realm of directing music videos, but now what I'm really excited to talk about is your upcoming short film, The Family Tree.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just thought like it felt like the right time to finally like make my own narrative and make something like from my own heart and from my own mind. And I love making music videos. That's like always something I'll appreciate. I just felt like it was like time for the next step in my career.
Yeah.
And I thought the perfect time would be, or the perfect way to do it was like this very personal film to me. It's called The Family Tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you, so far, like, at what stage are you at right now?
We're about to start production in like 2 weeks.
Damn, so that's coming up.
It's coming
quick.
up. Yeah.
By the time this comes out, it's already, you guys are shooting.
Yeah, it's like, cross our fingers, yeah.
Yeah. But you guys have a location set. I saw that you got like a spot in Daly City.
Yeah. It was actually my auntie's house.
Look at that.
So,
yeah. And I saw that video of you guys inside of your auntie's house, how it looked. It's just classic Daly City, which will be that much more relatable for all of the Filipinos and Filipino-Americans out there that see it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a big aspect. And, you know, obviously myself growing up Filipino-American, I'm sure that we have like a whole bunch of similarities and whatnot. And so like growing up, like what are the elements of being Filipino-American that you're implementing into this upcoming short film?
What I really wanted to showcase was like the kind of like the generational gap between like Filipino-Americans and then like the older generation, maybe like the immigrant Filipinos that come into America, and kind of show the disconnect between that, but try to like showcase that culture can be carried on to us as well. So that's one thing. And then like also like just the use of like not language barrier, but like I could only understand Tagalog. I can't really speak it. I can't speak it fluently. I don't know about many other Filipino-Americans. I think that's like a very common thing with Filipino-Americans. And I felt like when I was younger, I kind of pushed away like my Filipino-ness when I was young.
I connect with that heavy. Well, keep on going.
But yeah. But not per se. Now I'm just kind of rambling, but that's kind of like, I don't know if the film will allude to that, but I just wanted to showcase like the reality of like being a Filipino-American, and also like the stigma of like mental health within like the Asian culture, specifically Filipino culture, and the use of prayer. That's kind of what I all kind of want to mix in within this film. So, yeah.
I'm really excited for this. Like once again, I feel like I'm gonna connect very heavily to it. I'm already connecting with you being a Filipino-American, especially with the mental health aspect.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Being a Filipino male, growing up in America with Filipino parents, it was tough, dude. Like I knew that I had to mask my emotions with certain things, or I at certain times had to be the man of the house, or had to like show machismo to be able to like to be accepted, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, what are some aspects of like the mental health and Filipino-American, like what's the juxtaposition? Like what are some things you've noticed being Filipino-American and it's a relationship with mental health?
I think you nailed a good amount of it. Like masking was a lot. Masking like your feelings or your emotions, just in the betterment of like masking your feelings, emotions, just so like I guess you don't showcase that to your family or show that you're weak is like a big one. Not just like Filipino culture, but I guess also as men. The use of like prayer is another one. I always got like just pray it away, or like pray a lot was like a big one in the Filipino culture. Just the stigma of like even like showing your emotions, or like showing that you're able to express that, or you're wanting to go to therapy or finding help in general, I think was also something that hasn't really been kind of utilized within like the Filipino community or the Asian community as a whole. So I just wanted to kind of bring that out there.
Yeah. Same with me, you know, like oftentimes I would present problems in my life to my parents, and they'd just be like, Christian, you just gotta just pray at night. My mom literally said that to me less than a week ago. Yeah. She was just like, when's the last time you went to church? Like, don't forget Jesus first, you know? And I'm like, Mom, I'm trying to tell you about like some issues right now. Can I hear some advice from you?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stigmas, and I think bridging that gap between like Filipinos from the Philippines and Filipino-Americans, like that's an important thing, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
I think It sucks that Duolingo doesn't have Tagalog because I want to learn some.
I didn't know it didn't have Tagalog.
Dude, it sucks. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So you gotta go out to the wild. I gotta talk to the custodians at my company to try to test my skill set in Tagalog and try to learn that way.
Yeah.
And it's tough, man. So many syllables. Everything sounds like I have this I've said this joke before, but a lot of Tagalog words are the same syllable said twice.
Is it?
Chances are, I mean, I'm not gonna try to say half of them are dirty. But yeah, dude, what's the difference between what have you felt differently about making this passion project, this short film, as opposed to the other projects like music videos that you've made in the past? Like, what have you noticed differently?
This one definitely, rather than because I also wrote it, so I feel like a lot more connected to this project. But there's also a lot more moving pieces compared to a music video for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The process of the music video, I might have the same budget sometimes as it might be a low budget, but if the higher end budgets, it still doesn't compare to the short film of the process of just making it.
Yeah.
Music videos, I could get hit up about it a week before, guess in the budget, and we got to make this music video within that time frame, and then have it done in a week after.
Damn.
So it could be a lot more fast paced, a lot less margin of error in that sense. I feel for the short film, it's been a journey. It's been an experience of it's been a long time trying to just get the pre-production going, and then production is gonna go by. We have a little bit more days for production, and then post-production, I'm hoping that we have enough time as well. I feel there's just a lot more freedom with the timing of things. Music videos is it's a very fast-paced world for the music video world, yeah.
But here you could take time with it.
I can take my time a bit, yeah.
You could really slow down, think about it. And I know that this has kind of been a goal of yours for a while.
Yeah,
I mean, it started off, it has so much texture to it because it started off as so many different things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at first it was going to be a horror film, and I'm looking at the BX Rod sent me the pitch deck, and I was and I saw on the social media that your inspirations were movies like Hereditary, Beau is Afraid, and other horror thrillers, right? Parasite. And you kind of pivoted more into not a thriller, but something more of an homage to your cousin who passed away in 2023. Rest in peace. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it was supposed to originally be a horror, and a lot of the stuff that alludes in the film, I had my cousin read it before he passed away too.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was I seen him kind of shaking, so I felt like he kind of got spooked because a lot of the stuff that I wrote happened before, my cousin's situation. And a lot of things kind of hit home. Yeah. And it was, I almost thought about not making the film because it just felt too parallel to life. But I felt at the end of the day, my cousin probably would have wanted me to make the film. So, yeah.
But those are sometimes the best works of art, are the ones that are very parallel to life because it's coming from a place of truth. And when it comes from a place of truth, it's that much more relatable and it's that much more heartfelt, Yeah. I think what's really exciting about the anticipation of this film is that it's so personal, and you're really putting out there that it is kind of this narrative of grief and how we as Filipino-Americans handle grief,
Yeah.
Especially I still don't have a grasp on grief from how many family members have passed.
Yeah.
And I have so many, I used to think
I get it. Yeah.
my grandparents had 10 kids.
Yeah.
And then each of those 10 kids had 3 or more kids. And that means I have 30 plus cousins.
Yeah, the Filipino way.
Dude, yeah.
It's the same thing with me, man.
My grandpa thought a condom was a condominium. So it's just don't trust the pullout game in the Philippines, man. They're like rabbits out there. But with that, all jokes aside, there's this kind of duality of the beautiful love of Filipino culture that there's so many family members.
Yeah.
But there's that kind of darker side of with a lot of life comes a lot of death.
Yep, for sure.
And I don't have a grasp on that because they say it's supposed to get easier, but you're never ready, and it never gets easier.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. They don't teach you about death. They don't teach you about how to handle death. I don't know if anyone will ever find like a true way to like handle death.
No, dude.
It's not. You just got to live with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
I mean, do you remember the first time you dealt with grief and like how you coped with it, how you grew from it,
grief,
what you learned from it?
I think the first time I've been to a funeral, at least, I had to be like 7, 8. Yeah, it was like my great grandmother or something. But that's the first time like I learned like, oh, people die like in this world. Yeah. And I mean, how did I cope? I actually don't know how I coped with death until probably I went to therapy like the last couple of years after my cousin passed. Yeah. So because during that time period, I also lost like I lost my uncle, my grandma, my cousin, and then my godfather, and then my other uncle, in like 5 people in like 2 years.
Damn.
So
that's a quick span of time.
Yeah, it hit quick. So it was like just trying to like juggle that, like manage that. But my cousin hit the most because he was like my big brother. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's what scares me, man. It's just like it's a different type of coping when it's the elderly that pass away. I mean, not that that's easy, but it's more so expected, right? They got they lived a life. There are more stories of them that exist, right? But when it's someone that you think you're gonna grow up until like 80 with, and you don't realize how finite time is, and then it just comes, like that's where it's like kind of it's surreal, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you never know.
Expect it. Yeah, you don't expect it. Yeah.
And then you went to therapy about it. I like what you were talking about. Like I hadn't even heard about like therapy and its tools until later on in my life. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's the what's the word for it? Like it's the reputation of therapy in the Filipino culture was almost non-existent.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was seen like looked down upon for sure, or like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you had therapy, yeah.
Have you ever seen The Sopranos?
I've only seen the first couple episodes. I should watch it though. I know it's revolved around like him going to therapy. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not that the Filipino is anything like the mafia, but but there is a kind of that Venn diagram where in the middle we share that similarity of just once again, like if you go to therapy, you're crazy. Like why can't you? I remember, so I just started therapy like a year ago. Yeah. And I remember prior to that, like I was getting a little, the life of a creative, like you hit depression and whatnot. For every now and then, those low lows,
they hit hard.
They mirror those high highs, you know? Yeah. I remember I told my mom once again, Mom, I'm thinking about going to therapy. She says like, if you're sad, you could talk to me. You don't have to do that. How much is it? I'm like, Mom, it's covered, dude. Yeah. And like once you get rid of that stigma, then and like really be able to talk about it with someone who's just objectively seeing it, it changes things.
No, for sure.
Especially something as like complex as like grief and death,
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you also you implement this this bonsai tree, the Bonete bonsai tree.
Bonete tree.
I like that. That's real different, and especially using Filipino folklore, which I'm fascinated by.
Yeah.
So that kind of once again that juxtaposition of like the Bonete tree and the superstition that comes with it, and the bonsai tree.
Yeah.
It's kind of those are different realms, and to like combine those. I mean, like, what was the thought process behind that?
Just that folklore of like the lady in the white dress. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, man. I heard about that maybe the second day after I was born, man. Yeah. Like parents and aunties, they want to scare you into like finishing your food somehow, and so they'll tell you about the aswang will come get you, or the lady in the white dress will come get you.
So that was like the main inspiration of it, because like through folklore, like they say like she crashed into like a balete tree. Man. And I wanted to incorporate some type of folklore within like the bonsai tree that we were going to use for the film. That was kind of like, and it was supposed to be a horror film to begin with. Yeah. So that's kind of like the idea.
Oh, dude, yeah, I saw the image of the dress or the white lady, or the lady in the white dress. The white lady in the dress is that's a different superstition. Yeah, I saw an image of that on the pitch deck, and I threw my phone. I was like, holy shit, very scared. Was Filipino superstition and folklore, was that something that you learned about at an early age?
Yeah, just through like stories that my parents or my family would tell me. I'm not gonna say I know them all, but just from what they told me, like about the lady in the white dress, or like about moths and like has to do with like your ancestors. Those were like the two main ones that I kind of like thrown around when I was younger.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Did you get scared easy when you were hearing these stories?
Nah.
Whoa, you're brave. And then, the other ones I know about that you also listed were like duendes, which are the dwarves.
Yeah.
Supposedly you're not allowed to pee in bushes because you might pee on a duende and they'll
curse you, right?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy to hear these stories as a kid. But the aswang's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that one's. I like that one a lot too. I think that one has the most like complex story to it.
Yeah. I mean, to find out what it was truly about was was very disturbing to me. Right? They say that it's this winged lady that has no bottom half, right? And that just kind of like floats around the province and like steals babies.
Yeah, like eats babies, right?
Eats babies, and
like that.
I heard that was their reasoning for miscarriages or something like that, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Man, yeah, it's dark.
Yeah, that's a funny name though.
Yeah.
If you say it in like an English accent.
Aswang. Oh man, now I've never said it in an English. Now it's just. You've made it less scary for me. Watch out for the asswang. Yeah, even if I didn't know what that was, I'd watch out for it. What are you most excited about with the creation of this project?
Probably just like the relief once it's finished.
How are you feeling right now? How's the journey of creating it?
I feel good right now though. Like I'm in a good mood. Like it's gaining a lot of momentum, like heading into the days that we shoot. So I'm feeling really good about production and what we're headed for.
Nice.
Well, definitely, some relief when it's done. Also, I feel like this film has just been like in my mind a lot. Yeah. And again, we talking about like grief and like the past and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm able to like kind of let go of that chapter in my life a little bit easier once I'm done with the film. So. Yeah.
Like creating this will bring some closure to some.
Yeah. I feel like it'll help me.
To some open wounds at the moment.
For sure.
Man,
yeah.
Dude, and it's going to be immortalized after that, which is the beautiful thing about creating art.
Yeah, I actually didn't even think about that yet, but yes, it is going to be immortalized once it's out there.
And everyone can see it. That's the beautiful thing. Like, once again, this weird thing about life is that we have the time to create something that will withstand life.
It's true. Yeah.
Like with these podcasts, like it's a beautiful thing that I could immortalize this conversation. You saying that this is your first real podcast is crazy, man.
Yeah.
And this is something that like I hope that your family will watch and that you could watch after the project's created, after the film's out, and be like, oh shit, that's what I was going through. That's what I was thinking of before creating it, and like, boom, there you go.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, my whole family gonna watch this too.
Wow.
They love.
You got a big family?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Talk to me about your family. Like, what are they like, and how many of y'all are out there?
I feel like it's a typical like large Filipino family. Came from the Philippines. I only have one younger brother, and then my older cousin who I lived with my whole life. But like, kind of like your story. Like you said, your grandfather had like 10 kids. The same thing. They just had hella kids, and now there's just a huge ass family of us everywhere. So yeah, but we all still pretty close, so that's cool. Yeah.
That's how it is. I mean, like they say that. There was this joke that I heard that they said Filipinos are Mexicans are what the fuck is it? Filipinos are the Mexicans of Asia.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of similarities already in our words, in our language. Cuchara, tinidor, basura. But the beautiful thing about that is that like you get close with your family because when a lot of our family immigrates from the Philippines to here, we all don't have enough money to like get a home per family, so we're squeezing 5 families.
Yeah. I used to live with like 8 people in one house.
Yeah. And that's normal.
It's normalized, yeah.
And it's beautiful. Like, yeah, you're sacrificing privacy, but in return, like you have companionship, or you're waking up to breakfast. I have this beautiful memory of like times where I would sleep over my cousins' houses for days on end over summer break because we didn't have school. And it was nice to wake up to the clinking of spoons and plates and forks and like my aunties laughing downstairs and TFC playing on the TV. And like you don't have an alarm clock. You either have your mom or your auntie yelling at you, or it's the sound of loud breakfast and you know you're going to get spam. And
that's how it goes. Yeah, 100%.
I miss those days, dude.
Yeah. Man, and like your cousins are like your brothers and sisters. Like you just grew up with them. Yeah.
Which comes
not
down
a dull
to
moment.
What was that?
Never a dull moment in the house because there's just so many things happening.
Yeah, dude. It's like everyone has such personality and like, I don't know. Like I growing up sucks in that sense. Is that because you lose time, you lose you get your own families and whatnot. And there's this whole nostalgic feeling, and like once again, I feel connected to you. I feel like you're one of my cousins. We probably are. We should have a 23andMe happen or something.
It's probably related by some cousin's cousin. You know?
Yeah, you might be. John Boo. You're the guy doing sound on for the family tree. Is my fourth cousin.
Shout out to John.
Yeah, dude. Like, what are some of the high highs and the low lows in this process so far?
Some of the high highs, I guess, is like, again, like making this kind of like an ode to my family, specifically my cousin, but also like to my auntie and my mom and my grandma as well. Like this is kind of like an ode to that. Like you're just using like my family member's house, like my auntie's house is kind of like just playing on that theme of family. So yeah, the highs have been like, creating it bigger than just for myself, but for other people has been a big thing for me. I also just like making something that isn't a music video, like a narrative, like a more clear narrative with dialogue, something I wrote out. It's like a different feeling, I would say. Yeah. Some of the lows is like also like it comes like with a double-edged sword. Like some of the things that I've written down, it definitely hits like the heart sometimes to a point, because it's like this is definitely something that is for my cousin. So like sometimes I think too much about family, I think too much about my cousin. So, but yeah, it was great just to like assemble everything, just to see how everything's coming together, like from casting to like finding people for crew, working with 3 great producers, with George, Emily, and Anna, who made this film come to life. You know what I'm saying? So everything has been great on that end.
This house that you're shooting at, your auntie's house, is this like a house that you go to as a kid often?
Yeah, I definitely used to hang out there a lot when I was younger. Usually my house was more of the family house because I lived with my grandma. So everyone would come.
Oh, dude, grandma's house.
Yeah, so everyone would come. Like,
that's where it is, man.
They wouldn't even knock on the door, just walk through.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. Like, why do we have locks on this door? Right? That's, if anything, that's like it's a burden. Something about like Filipino culture that I like is that the matriarchy is strong.
Yeah.
There's this weird duality, where like men still have to be men. But the matriarchy was like, if you think about it, like grandpa was always quieter than grandma.
For sure.
If anything, I thought grandpa was kind of scared of grandma, It's like whatever she says goes. And I loved that. Yeah. Is it going to be trippy for you to see this house that you would go to as a kid and see it through like literally a different lens?
I didn't think about that, but now that I think about it, it would sure feel different. Yeah, I might even feel like an outer body experience just to see it like on screen, in that way, portrayed in that way. So.
Wow.
Definitely, yeah.
What was casting like? Were you holding like conventional like open auditions?
Yeah, we're doing open auditions and also just like searching for ourselves, like thinking who would fit best for the roles. Again, it was definitely an experience, definitely a journey, just to like figure out like someone might be best for this role because they looked the part, but maybe something else didn't add up. Things of that nature, until we like finally found someone that I like felt like, okay, this is him. This is who it is. Yeah,
and like the cast is already, everyone's good to go.
Yep, cast is already good to go.
Wow. Okay, so there's Sheldon, right? which is our main character.
Yeah, Shelton's the main character,
who is a widower. Because and his late wife's name is Anna or Amy.
Amy.
Anna's one of the producers. Sorry, Anna. And the kid, his name is Nate. Nate. And then we got the mother-in-law, right?
Yeah, the Lola Virgie.
Okay. Yeah. And were all these characters were they formed quickly? Did you have to like remove some characters? Did you add some like later than others?
So it was a process. All the characters were there already, but Amy was supposed to be the main character, and then Shelton was supposed to be the side.
Interesting, and you flipped that.
And I flipped it. Yeah.
What was the reasoning behind that?
Make it more relatable to my cousin. In a sense, yeah. I wanted to be the main character in male, like over seeing my cousin in a sense. So. Yeah.
Do you remember the moment where you were thinking and you had shifted it from like a horror genre into what it is now?
Well, my cousin died.
Oh, yeah. Okay. At that point, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Move on from that. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's I'm excited, dude. 12 to 15 pages, right? Or what?
Yeah, 12 to 15 pages. Yeah.
Nice.
So it'll probably end up being. Hopefully, we could cut it to 12 minutes. More than likely, it's gonna be like 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah. And what's the not rollout, but what's the release going to be like? Do you have like a time frame for when, or once again, is it because you're taking your time that's TBA?
I don't know the time frame at the moment. I know we want to submit it to like a lot of film festivals, or that's the goal. So hopefully we can submit in time for that throughout the year. So yeah.
Dude, well, I mean, like, I'm excited. I'm excited. If there's anything with my skill set, which is not much, or obviously, I'm excited to really help you promote this thing.
Man, I appreciate you.
I'm on your side, man. I think the entirety of the Filipino community and all the mental health stigmas and like just issues of like identity, being a Filipino-American, I think this is going to be really good for the community, man.
Man, I appreciate you. That's a goal, man.
Talk to me about your younger self. What were you like?
Man, I think I had a lot more energy. I was a lot more energetic. I think I was a lot more angry as a kid. I wanted to play sports, but I didn't meet the height requirement. So I stopped. Oh,
it's all good. You must be quick on the court, though, huh?
I thought I was talented, and then I got to high school. I was like, oh no, I'm not. So, but no, it was cool. I wanted to play basketball for sure. Football, it was fun at the time, but again, I was too small. I couldn't be taking hits like that. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, I grew up. I'm trying to find a good word for it. Obese. So I would definitely take, a smaller frame, quick, because if it was me and you, like at the end of dodgeball, you're getting picked first. I got picked last for everything, brother. So you were like, what? You said angrier? Where did that come from?
I think it just, as a kid, I was just a little angry. Maybe just like situational things or family things, but other than that, I mellowed out a lot when I hit like high school, college.
And why is that?
I think I just grew up.
Maturity.
I was like, it's just matured. Yeah.
Were you a social guy, or were you kind of like more kept to yourself?
I think I was more reserved. I think so. Unless it's like everyone always says it, like, unless you know me, I'm a little bit louder, but I was for sure more reserved when I was younger. Mostly in high school, I think I was more so reserved.
Okay. Yeah. And you had grown up in South City?
Yeah, I went to elementary school. I lived in SF for a little bit, and then I moved to South City when I was like 7. So like South City is like my home, I would say.
Gotcha. And what are some typical South City things that you could talk about that is like undeniably that? Sheesh.
I would say probably Lil Lucas. I'm sure people know Lil Lucas. That's like a South City staple. Hometown Heroes.
Okay.
The bar, the Hometown Hero, Hometown Bowl. So that's the South City. The Bell Game. That's like El Camino versus South City High. What else can we say? It's not much.
What did you do for fun out there? Let's say like if you're a rambunctious high schooler.
We used to go to the mall. We went to Tanforan. That's in San Bruno, but we went to Tanforan Mall a lot when we were kids. Yeah.
Dude, those were the days, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Because no one really goes to a mall. You go to
not no more. It's not like that anymore.
You go to a mall, it's depressing. It's it's kind of eerie. Everyone's just like shopping online.
Yeah, it's different now. We went to Classic Bowling Alley. That's kind of South City. It's like borderline South City, Daly City. Gellert Park, that's Daly City though. But Gellert Park's there. Orange Park, that's South City.
So a lot of your activities consisted of like, let's leave South City.
So, somewhat. Yeah.
What's there to do in South City? Go to Daly City.
The downtown. I grew up like in the downtown area of South City, so there's a lot of like good restaurants out there. So yeah, I would say that like La Tapatia. If y'all know La Tapatia, that's like a South City staple.
Not sure. I feel like there's a whole bunch of La Tapatia. I feel like I think I heard of a La Tapatia in Concord. I think there's one in Vacaville.
Now you got to go to the one South City. It's A1. That's the best one.
Gotcha.
La Tapatia, on Grand Avenue.
Okay, gotcha. I'll next time in South City. Man, I hate driving that. I ain't gonna.
It's far. It's. I mean, we all the way here out of Vallejo. So.
My family loves going to like South City, Daly City for the restaurants. Like more so Daly City. There's a specific Filipino restaurant called Karilagan, and it's so far for some dishes that our aunties make better.
That's true.
And I get so irritated when she's just like, for your birthday, we're going to go to Karilagan. And I'm like, do I have a say in this? Yeah. And talk to me. So like at the end of high school, that's when you really were like, hey, I'm going to get into film. You went to where for school?
SF State.
SF State. And then you studied film. What was that process like? Do you remember like the moments where you started really falling in love with what you were studying?
Yeah, I probably maybe my second semester. Yeah, second semester. The second semester or the second year for sure.
Okay.
Third semester. But yeah, that's when I really started. Like when I started actually taking like the film classes, they make you take like the GED classes first.
Yeah.
So when I finally got like to step in, and really was like the critical thinking classes or like film theory classes were the one that like got me into it rather than like the hands-on classes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And I'm sure for a lot of students it's the other way around.
Yeah.
But then like what really sharpens like a filmmaker are those critical thinking classes, right?
I think it depends on what you want to do with film because there's so many lanes, right? You could be a director of photography, or you could be a camera assistant, or gaffer, grip. And I think it just depends on like your outlet and like which lane you want to go with film. I knew I didn't really want to do more of like the camera work. So I knew my through line was going through like the directing side or like the writing side. The more like that side, I knew that was my strong points, or editing. So editing, I could always edit. But like going to the film theory classes and like learning about like more so like the philosophy of things, or like the conceptual artwork of film, that's what like got me to love film. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. I mean, like once again, like you are this is your first podcast. You're my first director on here.
Appreciate it.
We're popping cherries all around. Christian, think about cutting that out and post. It's so cool, dude. Like I don't have that mindset. Like I'm actually very, very shy. I'm a singer, but I get so shy about writing music. It's easy for me to create when there's a template, but then to create from scratch, as you've done with this short film, like it's so admirable, dude.
No, I get you. It was hard. It was tough. It's because there's a lot of second guessing. Because it's like, this is your own words on paper, and you want to make this right. And like a lot of music videos, like you're really just writing treatments. So there's not, and obviously the dialogue's already made for you.
Yeah.
The music's there. So, and you're just working off that. Like for the film, like this is all me, and like that, it comes with a lot of anxiety, but like with a lot of pride too. So
yeah. What do you think it is about you that has made you successful in this realm?
Man, I wouldn't even say I'm successful yet, but
I know, but sure, that word is kind of like there is a lot tied to that word,
sure.
But like obviously, like you got some accolades to you.
I appreciate you.
Like you've done stuff with Rexx Life Raj.
Yeah,
you've done stuff with Ovrkast, like and extremely quality stuff.
I appreciate that, man.
So something's working.
Yeah.
Why do you think it is here? I'm trying to word it so that I'll leave the word successful out of it. Why do you think it is that people want to work with you? What separates you from other directors that people can just hit up?
I think I just try to make like everything look different, like from my previous work, or like just try to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really it. I just think I try to make something more different than what I made the last time, and like I try to be collaborative with the artists to see like what we both could come up with. So,
when you were first directing, were you noticing some trends that you had seen before? Like, I feel like when anyone starts something creative, at first we were imitators. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was a legendary Bay Area director, one of my good friends. David Camarino was like one of the first people like that I've seen. He did a lot of HBK music videos back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah, now he does and he did Whizzes and like Burner.
Wow.
So like seeing him doing like a lot of the edits that he used to do, I see the influence now to like the music videos now and like other people's work. So D-Cam was definitely like one of the people that I looked up to like when I started out doing the music video stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he kind of like laid down a template of like, okay, I know I want to go in this direction.
Yeah, he laid it out for all the like I would say videographers, music video directors out here in the Bay Area. I think D-Cam was the one like the blueprint for that. So.
Okay, let's say that if he was the blueprint, what separates you and D-Cam?
Yeah, I guess I just made my own style with it. Yeah.
I mean, you definitely have a particular style. Like it's what's that? You did something with Hobo. What's the
Hobo Johnson?
Hobo Johnson. Yeah. Incredible.
Oh, I appreciate it, man.
Storytelling without, I don't know. Like it was so straightforward and artistic, and the way that it was shot, like really, my emotions were induced. Like you were doing your job. There was a beginning, middle, twist, end. You know, like it's. And with actors that didn't, you said they've never really acted on screen before.
Yeah,
right?
they never acted before.
To be able to take these two unseasoned individuals and like, because like your job is not only to like create the vibe and portray a certain message to the viewers, but like you also got to make these people comfortable too, right?
Yeah,
like on screen.
I got to give them a lot of credit though, because they was like natural on screen. Like they did their thing. Yeah, so
wow.
Yeah, they was very natural on screen.
Yeah, I mean, it's the amount of time you take on like facial close-ups. That's what I'm noticing in your style. Like it's really without saying anything, and it's just music in the background does so much.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta give another shout out to like all the cinematographers that I have been honored to work with, that I've been honored to collaborate with. Michael Enos was the one that shot the Hobo Johnson one, so shout out to him. He had a lot of influence on the. I basically just let him know like how I want it to be shot. Like this is the idea. Yeah. These are the examples I'm trying to go for, the template, and then he aced it. Yeah.
Man, you're so humble. It's so
cool. It's a team effort. Film is a team effort. As much as people want to say, like, film is definitely a team effort. There's so many moving parts to it. So,
man, you're good, dude. You're good. You're killing this podcast. You're doing a great job. You've been cool this entire time. I don't think I've seen your hands the entire time you've walked into my house. That's what they look like. Yeah. You've been like this the entire time. Just straight chilling. Yeah, man. Favorite movies. Let's talk about some of your favorite movies if we're on the topic of film, too.
I really love horror films, but La Haine is like my favorite movie.
What's La Haine?
La Haine is like this. I think it's this French film from like 1995 about these kids in projects and how like they're dealing with like these riots back in France and like with police brutality.
Oh wow!
Yeah. That's like literally like my favorite movie ever. Yeah.
How many times have you seen it?
The first time I watched it without subtitles. So I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, I was like in high school. So
wait. Why did you watch it without subtitles?
Because I thought I would learn more about film if I just watched it like just from like the visual of it rather than like know what's going on.
And even after that, were you like, this is my favorite movie?
Yeah. It's still my favorite movie to this day. I at least watch it once a year, so I know I watched it many, many times. I can't tell you the number of times. Yeah.
Do you know French because of it?
No, I don't know French. I process things slowly, especially like languages. So like I for sure don't know anything that they be saying.
Oh, dude, I think we all process language slowly, man. Took 4 years of Spanish. And I'm
still
still
don't know
only
that.
saying cuchara, tinidor, and basura. See, I can't even speak.
We heard Tagalog our whole life. I still can't speak.
I'm just saying keywords in Tagalog. Gutom na ako, because I'm hungry, you know? But it's okay. So what other films? Let's say like, horror films. What horror films are you really into?
I really like Midsommar. That's a great one for me. Anything by I don't know how to pronounce it. I know is it Ari Aster or Ari Aster? I sound like a noob.
Ari. I think it's Ari Aster.
Is it Ari?
Yeah.
I sound like a noob right now, but yeah, all of his I was gonna say discography, filmography is like amazing to me.
Beau is Afraid, Hereditary, Midsommar. There's something else that I'm.
He came with a short film too. I forgot what it was called though, but that was really great too.
But what an incredible director.
That's a three-peat.
Like it's because horror movies will exist until the end of time because we like getting that adrenaline rush. How can it be done different? And he's done it differently.
Yeah. Midsommar I felt like made a twist to the entire idea of what like a horror film could be for me. And like really was like a film about like a toxic relationship and how I really liked how he did that. Yeah. Because
there's some relatability. They really in a realistic fashion, they really made us hate the guy.
For sure. Yeah. They didn't feel bad for him at the end either.
No,
not at all.
Not in his homies too were horrible enablers of this kind of like toxic, of his toxic ways, you know. And Florence Pugh just really,
she nailed it.
It. The scene where she's crying with all the girls around her, like incredible acting, man.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. There's a difference between like horror movies where it's like heavily reliant on the jump scares and then some that just stick with you.
Yeah, it's more psychological, I think, this one. Yeah.
Is that like if you were to stick with the horror, that was kind of like your aim when you had first?
Yeah, for sure.
When you were first making the project.
Even like Jordan Peele too is like another great, obviously, director. Bong Joon-ho too. There's a bunch. All of their work too. It's like all of Jordan Peele stuff has influenced me. Like Parasite was a huge one from Bong Joon-ho.
Parasite's really good.
Yeah.
Really
Even like
good.
Memories of Murder was another one that he made. There's a whole bunch. He just came out with one. What was it, Mickey 17?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
With Robert Pattinson. I want to watch that too. I don't know, it's cool, dude. Big lover of movies. What's the other one that he came out? I want to watch Old Boy. Haven't checked out Old Boy yet.
Great. Yeah, Old Boy's great too.
Shahir's incredible.
Yeah.
Parasite, once again, like you had said, incredible. Hereditary is personally one of my favorite horror films.
Yeah, I love Hereditary.
In the entire world.
I'm crazy. I fall asleep to watch Hereditary.
Stop.
No, I literally I'll play it just to fall asleep.
What?
I like horror a lot. Or even like murder mystery podcasts. I'll play it while I fall asleep.
That makes more sense. Let's get back to you falling asleep to Hereditary, dude. Because at least like podcasts, there's no visual. It's just like people talking about scary shit. Sure, words at the end of the day. But once I'm hearing the banging of homegirl's head up against the attic door, are you serious?
I probably fell asleep by that point though. Not that it's a bad, not because it's a bad movie. I would watch it to see my favorite scenes and then I would just fall asleep.
Because I imagine you kind of under the covers and it'd be like, ooh, it's my favorite part. And it's like her sawing her head off. And you're like, I'm glad I woke up for that. Dude, what?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Man, my fiance hates me for how much I also love horror. Not to that extent. That's there's a lot going on there, man. I wanted to get the A24 has a shop.
Yeah.
Have you seen Talk to Me?
I love that movie too.
Dude, so good, right? It's so good. Yeah. And the fact that 2 YouTubers made that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Incredible.
They came off comedy, right? That's their whole thing. That's amazing.
Yeah, this whole trend of comedic directors or actors making horror movies, it's a thing with Jordan Peele and then them two.
Yeah. They intertwine a lot, horror and comedy.
How so?
I feel like have you seen bad horror films?
Yeah.
Are they funny? Yeah.
You're a smart man. Okay. All right, let's talk more about that. Okay, so since they're so funny, since these bad horror movies are funny, and a funny person could identify that.
Yeah.
Is it because they know what to not do to make it?
I think there's just such a thin line of like, this could be really scary or like really dumb. And I think that crosses that thin line. So I feel like a lot of people that are into comedy, they're able to translate that into horror as well.
Because they know where the line is.
Yeah, I feel like that might be it.
Dude, I never thought about it that way. Because I knew the relationship between comedic actors and dramatic acting.
Yeah.
Because they say that that comedy is just drama with timing. And so if you just add timing to drama, then like that's why comedic actors have this reputation of being able to like kill dramatic roles. Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Adam Sandler, right? Yeah, man. Acting. Are you gonna do a cameo in your film?
No. I can't act.
Like even if it's just like you in the background, it takes place in Daly City. You could just be walking
in the background.
Yeah.
Who's that guy in the mirror over there?
Like it doesn't have to be a Tarantino type of cameo, right?
Yeah.
You could just be in the background.
Maybe in a future film, I might put myself in there. But for now, probably not.
You taken a stab at it before, though? Acting?
Never have.
Whoa, so you don't know if you could be a good actor?
I probably did like in a random like thesis class, or like we had to do like a project, like a film project. That's probably it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you should try it again. Like, I mean, if you as a director know what good acting is like, you probably have like a step up.
I got to applaud acting because I get so anxious, like, I would get so anxious in front of the camera, like with the camera's on me and I gotta portray a certain feeling. Yeah. Like that's tough. That's like that's a lot of talent. I don't know if I'm talented enough for that. So shout out to all the actors that can do that. Yeah.
Shit, dude. I mean, like, yeah, I get it. Acting's tough. I don't think I'm a good actor.
They say like artists though, like musicians, and it's easier for them to like kind of go into that role because they're so comfortable already in the booth and like they shoot a lot of music videos. It's a lot more easier for them to like translate to acting.
Yeah,
that's why I say.
And maybe like the emotional transparency. If you're able to like put down your deepest, darkest feelings onto a piece of paper and sing it for the world, you could probably emote that too.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. Yeah. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, stuff like that's cool. I'd love to see you act or do something like that. Yeah, man. I had another question for you. I can't related to that, but it's kind of left me. Yeah, dude. Favorite directors are the ones that you listed?
Yeah, probably Astor, and then Jordan Peele for sure. Ryan Coogler for sure. I mean, I just love that. You know, he came from the Bay Area, from Richmond, and he was able to do what he's done now. It's crazy. Yeah. That's really crazy to me. It's
always cool that anyone of any craft, if they're from like a neighboring hometown in the Bay, like it's such an honor, man. And like I'm really excited for what the future holds for you.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Yeah, no.
What was your goal when you first started this? Like your journey, your creative journey?
Definitely to make a feature film. That was like my main thing. On the path to doing that, you know, hopefully with these short film and a couple other projects that I'm able to like package that and showcase my talents and like be able to make a feature film. So that's something that I'm striving for.
Yeah, because like what the typical process is, I mean, because other people have gone this route before, right? Like music, directing music videos into short films, submitting it to a festival, getting it picked up by the festival and turning it into a feature.
Yeah, for sure. Or at least the music video director route to narrative feature film route for sure has been done before.
Yeah,
I can't think right now from the top of my head, but I know it's been done. Yeah.
Are there some like dream people that you want to work with in the future?
The dude from the dude from Nope, the Filipino Puerto Rican dude, Brandon Perea.
Wait, who's from what role did he?
He was working at the Fries. I think.
Oh yeah, that guy.
All over him.
Yeah, nice, cool. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's too far away, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. But I haven't really thought about like who I would want to work with. I usually think about like what I want to make first, and then see like how I could kind of cultivate that.
I think that's healthier.
Yeah,
I think, yeah, that's a dumb question, Christian.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just like, yeah. But that's kind of my thought process with. I also don't want to get like too captivated. Like, oh, I got to reach this certain person or certain goal.
Yeah.
So
that's good. I think you have a very healthy definition of what success is to you.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
It's not the success, the definition that's been put out there by other people. It's not the numbers or like the names of the people that you would work with. It's truly like what you want to create, and I think that's what's going to take you far. Is that it's coming from a true place, like with this film, with the Family Tree. It's coming from a true place. I'm having chopped it up for you for about an hour now. Like I can tell that, man. Like you're easy to work with.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
Like,
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, we got BX Rod giving a thumbs up over here and nodding her head. So, I mean, that's a big deal, dude. Yeah, man, and I hope that this podcast helps put you more on the map now, like as not just a music video director, which is what you're known for, but like, dude, this is like, I'm on your side. Can't wait to see what the future holds for you.
I appreciate you, dog.
Is there anything else about the short film, about the Family Tree, that you want to talk about before we move on to the next thing?
No, I think we hit the targets. I think we hit all the points. Yeah, man.
I don't know if you've been warned about how I end these podcasts.
I don't, so we're gonna find out right now.
No? You know how these end, right?
It's like a rapid fire thing.
Oh, what?
Like a rapid fire.
It is not a rapid fire segment.
I don't know.
It's an improv scene.
Oh, here we go.
I didn't know that's what that was.
Yeah, so I have a background in improv comedy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
When this podcast first started out, like me and my homeboy Alejandro, we would do improv scenes with each other, or we would do it with our guests. And like, you know, I've had some greats come into the studio and do some improv scenes with me. I'd like to invite you to do an improv scene with me too.
This is how it goes. I'm with it. You know what I mean? I can't break tradition.
And it could be about anything and everything having to do with what we talked about in today's episode, or we could get like a suggestion from BX Rod. I'll let you choose.
Give us a suggestion.
It could be a word. And then it'll inspire.
And how will we like improv? Like, how does that work? We just
roll into it.
All right.
I can start it off if you want me to.
This
and no pressure, because guess what? It's improv. The stakes are super low.
Got you.
It's just fun to do it, dude.
I'm with it.
Yeah. Do you want to give us a suggestion?
He likes basketball.
Basketball. We'll take basketball.
I could do that. I could do basketball.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it can't be that bad. And then I put some applause in toast. Yo, Cedric.
What's up? How you doing?
I heard that you beat every fifth grader on the court last week. Well, guess what? My name is Kenneth, and I'm from Daly City, coming all the way to South City to beat you on a 1v1.
All right, you better tighten up those sneakers. I see you got the Converse on.
Yeah.
Gotta get yourself some J's.
You know what? I don't really have fashion yet because I put most of my thought process into the game. So I don't care about your 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, or 75s. I'm all about them chucks, brother. And guess what? I'm the best in Daly City because I'm the only white kid there. So my growth spurt hit earlier than the rest of the Filipinos.
All right, we're going to see you on the court. All right, check up.
All right, cut to Cedric and his best homie talking about their 1v1 match. Talking about the 1v1 match coming up. Cedric, are you ready for this?
Yeah,
that's Big Johnny.
Big Johnny ain't nothing, man. Look at his shoes, bro. He's wearing jeans to the court.
Yeah, I mean that is actually a good reason. Well, who knows? He might be wearing basketball shorts underneath the jeans. You know how kids do that.
That's true. He is 6'3".
I think he's 35, not 10 years old.
We'll see on the court. I don't even think he knows how to dribble, though. Look at him. He's dribbling with his left hand and bouncing it off his leg.
Let's see your dribble.
Oh, you got to save that up for the court.
Oh, we save it for the court?
I got to make sure I'm ready for that. Yeah.
Okay, cut to the court. We have
How we playing
the entire school watching this 1v1. Cedric. Kenneth walks up to Cedric. Yo, man, you ready for this?
Come on, man. Just go check it up. Where's the basketball at?
I thought you brought the basketball.
All right, let's just use this soccer ball in the corner over there.
Give me that soccer ball. All right. I don't know if you heard about the way that we play in Daly City as opposed to South City, but
Yes, play.
up to 21.
Up to 21.
Yeah.
Full court or half court?
I don't know. Have you played NBA? Well, full court.
Full court. 21 full court. 1-on-1, 21 full court.
Yeah, with a soccer ball.
Half my class is on the other side of the court.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. We're gonna have to tell them to move.
Oh, we can tell them to move. Okay.
Okay. Cut to the next day. Cedric completely obliterated Big Johnny, and he's now the most popular guy at school. Oh my God, is that Cedric?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my God, you sound like Joey from Friends. How you doing? I'm doing good.
You see me at the court yesterday?
The entire school saw you.
Oh wow, yeah. I didn't notice you. I didn't see you there.
It's okay. We're all Filipinos here. We all look the same.
That's true.
Well, my name is Joyanne. Joyanne Gonzaga. And I was wondering if you had a date to the 5th grade dance yet.
I'm sorry, I actually do.
You do? Who's your date?
My basketball, because I'm committed to the game.
Cut to the 5th grade dance. Cedric pulls up in a full 3-piece tux and a basketball. Hey, so it's me, Joyanne, again. Your basketball's ugly. And she doesn't look good as me. And scene. We'll end it there. You killed that. Hell yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
That was funny as hell.
You carried it though. You carried it for sure.
I tried. What did you say?
Converse was so real.
That was so real to play basketball. I felt attacked because I was that kid. I used to run in Chucks, bro.
To be fair, I didn't have any Jordans till I was like in high school. So
It was hard unless you had like,
yeah.
unless you saved up, or if you're one of them kids that knew how to like get a pair and then like flip it and just keep getting nicer shoes. I mean, then you would have to deal with whatever you had
for sure
back then.
I don't even remember. I think I had some. I probably had some like Air Forces, but that's probably it. I didn't have.
I mean, that's a solid thing to have.
It's a safe bet.
Safe bet. No one like Air Forces are gonna. Those are gonna like all white Air Forces.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get dirty though. Yeah.
Not the all black ones.
Not the all blacks.
Because the all black ones are a little more hood than.
Yeah. I wasn't ready for those yet. I didn't graduate to those yet. So.
Did you walk around like? Did you have basketball shorts underneath your jeans, just ready for pickup games?
You want to know a secret?
What?
I have them on right now. I still do that.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not even playing with
We
you.
got a court in this community. I ain't even lying. And I suck. So
I still do it. I know people be, what's the word? They be making fun of others for still doing that, but man, you never know when you're going to have to play basketball.
yeah, like a pickup game, like a life or death pickup game could happen at any
Any
moment, dude.
Any moment. Gun to your head, pickup game. Points up to 21, full court.
20, when you pointed that out, I was just like, you're right. This is a silly for 2 elementary school students to do, is to have a full court 21 1v1 with each other.
Yeah, man.
Oh, damn, dude. So funny. Yeah, man. Do you have a good shot? Can you shoot really well?
I'm okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even the best at it.
But you could dribble like a motherfucker.
I could dribble a little bit, yeah, because that's probably the only thing I could really practice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I could jump high, but I'm not touching rim. That's not gonna happen.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, if we do a 2v2, I'll throw you up in the air.
It's good.
Yeah, and then you can
The
dunk.
lob, I'm with it.
Cedric, thank you for coming through, my friend.
I appreciate you, man.
This was a good time. Go ahead and tell the viewers, the listeners at home, you can go ahead and look at the barrel of the camera, what they have to look forward to, how they could help support this. I know that you reached the Kickstarter goal.
Yeah, for sure.
So you are good to go. But what can they look forward to? And yeah, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Lil Shaolin, and you can find the short film on Instagram as well, the Family Tree Short Film. And yeah, just go ahead and like follow us and just keep updated. We'll keep you guys updated on everything regarding the film. We plan to film it in a couple weeks, and hopefully you will have some type of screening throughout. So appreciate y'all.
Nice. Yeah, thank you for coming through. BX Rod, thank you for coming through. We'll have to schedule one for you, and so we can talk about life and music. And before we get out of here, one more thing. Once again, look into the barrel of the camera. Leave my listeners at home with a phrase of saying, a piece of advice that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
We're going to die anyway, so just do what you want to do.
Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for coming through.
Yeah, of course.
And until next time, because there will be a next time, have a good one, and like good luck with your endeavors, and however I can help, please let me know.
You, man.
Baddies, we love you. I call my listeners baddies. I'm just not saying
because they are.
Yeah,
they are baddies.
You're all baddies out there. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace and bye.